Hello friend! Want to play Ranger in Terraria 1.4 but no idea on how to start? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Zuzucorn's Expert Ranger Progression Guide, where I show you a recommended boss and gear progression, so that you can have the smoothest playthrough experience of your own. I'm Zuzucorn and I aim to entertain you, encourage you, and offer you a place to call home. So subscribe now and join the Zuzucorn family. Before we begin, I have to tell you that there's no single way of playing Terraria, and this is just a recommendation. So if you want to use a different weapon or do something different, go ahead. It's your playthrough, so do whatever you want. So as always, create a new world. If you're one of those people who still don't know this after an entire year, you can play Expert Mode on Journey Worlds. All you have to do is bring up the difficulty slider to 2.0 and you're in Expert Mode. I'm only in Journey for building convenience and I won't be duping money or materials or whatever. I'll also be getting rid of all the starting wings and stuff. So if you still think the guide is invalidated just because it's a Journey world, then sure, whatever. I don't know what else to say to you. So to begin, cut down trees and build a house. You need houses for NPCs to move in. They have to be a certain size, be fully walled, have a table and chair, and contain a light source. Make a crafting bench and make a wooden bow. Quick tip here, you can make a couple of bows until you get one with a decent modifier. Also, make wood armor if you want, the defense will help. Explore the world and look for some stone. Stone is pretty common, so this shouldn't be an issue. Alternatively, you can just dig underground a little and you'll stumble across tons of it. If you see some clay blocks, grab some of that too. We'll need it later for clay pots to grow herbs for potions. Explore the surface and look for surface chests. There could be some great accessories there, like climbing claws which will help you out with mobility. Craft some arrows using wood and stone. You can also combine those with torches for flaming arrows, which have a chance to apply the burning effect to enemies. When it's nighttime, the surface gets a little too dangerous, so you can try exploring underground instead. Mine some ore like iron, gold, or their respective variants. Look for gold chests and try to get a pair of Hermes boots. These are essential for the Eye of Cthulhu fight. Get some bombs as well. Grab a whole bunch of gems as well for a gem hook. Getting a gem hook ASAP is a huge boost to your mobility. Craft a better bow if you can, and carefully enter the corruption biome. You should be able to take on the enemies to a certain degree. Locate the shadow orbs or crimson hearts and use bombs to blow it up. The first one you break will always give you a gun, which is a great power spike this early. With this, the arms dealer also moves in, who sells gun parts and extra musket balls, which serve as ammo. Go spelunking for life crystals. Using these, increase your max health by 20 each, and try to get yours to the current cap of 400. You can also make some armor from ore if you wish, but they are rather expensive to make. I recommend entering the underground desert to obtain desert fossils. This is a dangerous place, so avoid fighting at all costs and be extra conservative. You might even want to enter from the side in the underground for an easier time. You will also need an extractinator, a machine you find from underground chests. Simply run the fossil through the extractinator for a chance to get sturdy fossils. Sturdy fossils are used to craft the fossil armor, which is our very first ranger armor of the game. These take a lot of sturdy fossils, so this will take some time. However, the complete set gives you a boost to your range damage and critical chance, and also offers a chance not to consume ammo, on top of a decent amount of defense. Once you've gotten your fossil armor, make a nice row of platforms like this. This will be our Eye of Cthulhu arena. Enter the ice biome to gather ice blocks. Also, look for a blizzard in a bottle if you can, if you're lucky enough to find one from ice chests. Craft some ice torches using the ice blocks, then combine them with arrows to make frostburn arrows. If you're into guns, just buy some extra musket balls, or even some silver bullets. Once ready, summon the Eye of Cthulhu using the suspicious looking eye and take it down. The frostburn debuff is a great way to deal damage, and it helps you see it better too. Just make sure you run with Hermes boots to avoid its dashing attacks. The eye drops the Shield of Cthulhu in Expert Mode, which is a huge game changer. You can now dash and be invulnerable during the dash. Return to the corruption and break 2 more shadow orbs. Using Jester arrows made from fallen stars, take down the Eater of Worlds or the Brain of Cthulhu. The great thing is, all you need to do is defeat a few portions. If you can't take it down fully, all you need are 6 shadow scales or tissue samples, and use those to craft the Nightmare Pickaxe. You can come back to this boss later on. With that done, also set up your pylon network if you wish. Having more houses allow more NPCs to move in. With the Nightmare Pickaxe, mine some obsidian, which is formed when water meets lava. Also, descend into the underworld and try to get some Fire Blossom. Then make the Obsidian Skull, which will help you navigate the underworld. Also, make the Obsidian Skin Potion at a placed, empty bottle with the Fire Blossom. Drink the Obsidian Skin Potion and enter the lava to mine for Hellstone. You need the Nightmare Pickaxe for this, so don't forget that. Pick up a Hellforge, which is this red thing scattered throughout the underworld. Smelt Hellstone bars using Hellstone ore and obsidian, and make the Molten Pickaxe. I strongly recommend making the Molten Bow as well. This is a huge upgrade from whatever ore bow you're using, and it also transforms normal wooden arrows to fire ones. With this new bow, you can bring your Jester arrows back to the Eater of Worlds and completely destroy it. The Worm Scarf from the Eater of Worlds is a great defensive accessory, so feel free to use it. If you haven't yet, get a Blizzard in a bottle for a double jump. Then head over to a dungeon and make a few rows of platforms. This will be for the Skeletron fight. Also, defeat a Goblin invasion to unlock the Goblin Tinkerer, which is a pretty important NPC. When it's nightfall, buff up and curse the old man in the dungeon to summon Skeletron. This is also a challenging boss, but focus on taking down his hands first. Try getting both of them down at the same time to prevent the skulls from spawning too early. Also, watch out for the head spin. Once you have defeated Skeletron, you now have dungeon access. The treasure bag is rather uneventful though. Enter the dungeon to gather bones for our next armor upgrade. If you're lucky, you might find a few pieces dropped by the enemies. Also, try finding a handgun and a cobalt shield in the locked golden chest. Dungeon slimes always drop a golden key, so make sure you hunt those down. Also, try looking for a shadow key. You only need one of them for all the shadow chests in the world. If you want a gun upgrade, combine the handgun with Hellstone bars to make the Phoenix Blaster. It's decent, I guess. Make the Necro armor with bones and cobwebs. This armor set gives you more range damage, but no ammo conservation. It has more defense though, but if ammo consumption means a lot to you, feel free to keep the fossil armor. If you want, you can also try getting a Bee's Knees bow from the Bee Queen. It's a solid bow that shoots lots of bees. If you can, also reforge your items at the Goblin Tinkerer for a stat boost. Explore the underworld for shadow chests. Try finding a Hellwing bow too. This would be really good against the Wall of Flesh because it summons flame bats, which actually pierce. Build a long row of platforms across the underworld as your arena. Then buff up and drop the Guide Voodoo Doll into lava. The Hellwing bow deals with the Hungries really efficiently, and you can basically ignore them and go for the eyes. The Bee's Knees is great as well, but not as effective. So with that done, welcome to Hardmode. Consuming the Shadow Heart allows you to equip a 6th accessory slot, and the Pwn Hammer unlocks Hardmode ores. If you get a Ranger emblem or a Clockwork Assault Rifle, that's nice too. To get your first solid Hardmode weapon, I recommend farming Dark Mummies on Corrupted Deserts for Dark Shards. This will be challenging, but it's well worth it. I like using the Bee's Knees here, because it basically stun locks the enemies, which is nice. After you get 2 Dark Shards, buy a shotgun from the arms dealer. You can actually buy the shotgun before you go farming. It's a solid early hard mode gun. While you're at it, also use the Pwn Hammer to break demon altars. I recommend breaking as many as you can, then simply return home. That way, you don't need to deal with the wraiths that spawn. Use a Spelunker's Potion and get to mining. Grab tier 1 ore first, then make the pickaxe. If you come across any skeleton archers, make sure to take them down too, for a chance at the Magic Quiver, which is a huge arrow buff. Get tier 2 ore and craft the Hardmode anvil. Find the underground corruption to farm Souls of Night as well. With the Hardmode anvil in place, you can now craft some armor to keep you alive. I like the Palladium one for the health regen, but make sure you get the Ranger headpiece. Most importantly, craft the Onyx Blaster using the Dark Shards, Souls of Night, and the Shotgun. This is a really good weapon that can carry you well through hard mode. Make some Keys of Light using the Souls of Light from the Underground Hollowed and place them in an empty chest to spawn a Hollowed Mimic. Take these down for a chance at getting the Daedalus Stormbow. Just be careful of its reflective state that can actually reflect your bullets and arrows. If you want, find the wizard and buy a crystal ball as well. You can craft an endless quiver with 4 full stacks of arrows, and the endless musket pouch using the same amount of musket balls. This might seem expensive, but it's well worth it. With these, you won't ever consume normal ammo again, which is good for your everyday exploration. Also, farm pixies and unicorns in the surface hollow. You will need quite a lot of these, like, really quite a lot of them. Make some holy arrows using pixie dust and unicorn horns. These are amazing arrows that summon stars to rain from above. Face off against a wyvern in the Sky Islands for Souls of Flight. You need 20 of these. Then make the fairy wings using pixie dust and the souls. These enable flight, which helps with mobility in hard mode. It is also wise to build an arena, which will help you deal with the more challenging hard mode bosses. If you need help, you can check this video out. Make the mechanical worm to summon the destroyer. Once it's nightfall, buff up and summon it. Using the Daedalus Stormbow and holy arrows will make quick work of the destroyer. Just remember to focus the probes first. So destroy the destroyer and claim your loot. The bag gives us hollowed bars and souls of might, which is pretty important for us. Head over to the ocean and look for sharks. Farm 5 shark fins. Then buy the illegal gun parts from the arms dealer at night and the mini shark. Combine all of these components into the mega shark at the hard mode anvil. This is a great weapon that rapidly shoots bullets. Using cursed flames or ichor, I recommend making cursed or ichor bullets. These have special effects and have high base damage. Then face off against the twins using the mega shark and the special bullets. Focus on spasmatism first, and watch out for his phase 2 flame attack. Take him down, then go for Retinator, which should be relatively simpler. The treasure bag isn't too eventful here as well. Finally, take down Skeletron Prime. Holy arrows will work, and so will the Onyx Blaster or the Mega Shark. So just use whatever you like, but watch out for the head spin though. With all 3 boss souls and hollowed bars, make the Pickaxe X or the Drex. This allows you to mine Chlorophyte. You can also make the hollowed armor, but make sure you choose the right Ranger helmet. Enter the new Awakened Jungle for life fruits, which can increase your health to the maximum of 500 now. Also, mine lots of Chlorophyte ore. It's also a good idea to leave 1 or 2 pieces behind, because they can grow and expand over time. Also, grab 30 tier 3 ore to make the upgraded forge to smelt the Chlorophyte. I recommend making Chlorophyte bullets, because these auto home in on the enemy, which takes off a lot of stress. However, their damage isn't as high, so just take note of that. Make new wings if you can. I managed to get the Tattered Bee wing, so I'll be making those. If you need a wing tier list and progression guide, you can check out this video right here. Build a huge arena near a Plantera bulb for easy access. Once you're done, buff up and break the bulb. Plantera is rather simple, as long as you circle around her. Chlorophyte bullets and the Mega Shark is good as well. The treasure bag isn't really interesting, but you might be lucky and get an axe. Enter the upgraded dungeon to farm some ectoplasm. You don't need too much, but then try to get a Tabi and black belt from Bone Lees as well. If you find new weapons like the tactical shotgun or the sniper rifle, you can try those out. Make the Nausea present using ectoplasm, silk, and souls of fright to summon the frost moon. I'm not gonna lie, this event is pretty difficult. However, if you can, try to get a chain gun from the center NK1s. The chain gun is one of the best rapid fire guns in the game, so getting it would really boost your damage. You can also try to make better armor first, by creating a surface mushroom biome for the Truffle NPC. Using the auto hammer that he sells, make Shroomite bars using chlorophytes and glowing mushrooms. Then make the Shroomite armor. There are 3 different headpieces, one for each range ammo type, so just choose the one you like more. I like arrows more, so I'll go with the arrow one. Also, my accessories look something like this now, if you're curious. I recommend farming Duke Fishron for the Tsunami Bow and the Fishron Wings. The Tsunami Bow has high damage and fires 5 arrows at once, which is really nice. Enter the Jungle Temple and take down Golem. He's not too difficult, especially if you run continuously along the top. Then I recommend getting a flying mount, either the Witch's Broom or the Cosmic Car Key. The Witch's Broom is relatively easier to get, and is only available in Expert mode though, so for normal world friends, the UFO will be your best bet. With your flying mount, summon the Lunatic Cultist at the dungeon entrance. You could just use the cute Fishron mount, which gives a speed and damage boost in rain. However, it's a little too fast in my opinion. The Broom or UFO has a more manageable speed that makes avoiding the Lunatic Cultist a breeze. So defeat the Lunatic Cultist and kickstart the Lunar events. If you haven't yet, make the Master Ninja gear. It gives you a better dash and a chance to avoid attacks. Go for the Vortex Pillar first. These enemies are tough and you'll probably die a couple of times, but keep it up and you'll do it eventually. At the Ancient Manipulator dropped from the Lunatic Cultist, use Vortex Fragments to make the Vortex Beater or the Phantasm, depending on what you like more. The Vortex Beater is a really good gun that shoots an occasional Vortex Blast, while the Phantasm is a bow that increases its firing speed and also shoots spectral arrows as a bonus. Take down the other pillars, but make sure you leave one alive. The Solar Pillar is difficult, so just do your best. The Nebula Pillar is more manageable, so it shouldn't be too difficult with your new weapons. Before you take down the last pillar, build a long row of asphalt across your world. This helps with the Moonlord fight. Also, farm for Fishron or Empress Wings if you haven't. These are important and essential for avoiding the phantasmal death ray. My accessories here aren't ideal, but it's fine to me. Get an emblem for damage if you want. I'll be using Fishron Wings here, but lay it with the B ones. Finally, take down the last pillar. Once that's defeated, the Moonlord will spawn in 1 minute. I strongly recommend making super healing potions, using greater ones, and one of each lunar fragment. After 1 minute, the screen will flash and the Moonlord will spawn. Start running along the asphalt road. Simply damage the 3 eyes, focusing on the middle one whenever it's open. Try to keep all 3 eyes at low health, then releasing them all at once. Also, always keep a lookout for the phantasmal death ray and prepare to fly over the Moonlord when you see the charging particles. So once you're ready, get all 3 eyes out and create some distance. However, if you go too far, the Moonlord will simply teleport to you. What you need to do now is try to find a sweet spot where the lasers no longer hit you, yet you're close enough to hit the Moonlord's core. Once you've found that sweet spot, just keep going and wail at the core. It's only a matter of time before your victory. You might need to change direction, but if you understand where the sweet spot is, it shouldn't be a problem. So congratulations, you have completed your Terraria Ranger journey. There are lots of fun things in the treasure bag here, but I'll leave that to you to explore. There are also lots of other classes and challenges to play, so perhaps your journey has just begun. Well, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon too for more Terraria guides and coverage. Do follow me on social media, and do check out the new merch as well. This has been Zuzucorn Games. Have a nice day, and have a great week ahead. Bye bye!